Switch me on.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Weekend harder.
Here I come.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I think he can hear you.
Don't move. It won't hurt you. Batman, what happened? Are you okay?
Fine.
Behold! Master!
Weekend harder.
Come into the coast, we get together, have a few laughs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to After the Weekend. This is Weekend Harder. Yeah, Weekend Harder. Wow.
Roll it back, start it over. Cue the
Yep.
intro.
This is our bi-weekly or bi-Saturday. I guess everybody want to call it every other Saturday. What do you want to say about that? Yeah,
Every other Saturday when we can.
yeah. So this is our time to usually on this channel we just discuss review movies that we like from the past. Like last Monday, what did we do again, Beard? What did we do last Monday?
We did. Oh, I totally forgot.
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Bill and Ted. Oh, yes, that's why I forgot.
All right, I know you're like really amped up. You're like shaking.
Yeah, I was running to get back in time.
Yeah, you were busy doing your
Ghost ride the whip! Ghost ride the whip! Ghost ride the whip! Ghost ride the whip!
Yes, except it was getting a lot darker.
Yeah, and you barely made it, and but you have stuff to say already.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna get into that tonight. We are gonna go over some pop culture stuff like we always do on a Weekend Harder. But like I said, we normally do movie reviews. So if you're new here, check us out, and we'll see you live every Monday on doing those. We have some special guests tonight, though. That I surely enjoy because they've been on my channel a few times. So we always have a very fun conversations with them. R2 is not feeling well today, so we needed a little extra help on this one because there's a lot of topics tonight that we're going to go over. So first, I want to introduce the man, the myth. His name is Jason with Jupiter. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I have no problem being your fifth choice to be a podcast partner, live streaming. Always happy to help you out in a pinch. Great to be here. Good to see you, Beard, and good to making the rounds because Jupiter's on the way to 10K. So any chance I can get in front of people and hawk my wares, fantastic. And happy Saturday, fellas.
Yeah, good to see you. I'm glad you were able to make. I know it was last minute, so I do appreciate that. And then another guest that I always enjoy having on because he always has like these one-liners that take you off guard, but they're really funny. And that's Lambercy. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm always happy to be here and be your fifth or sixth wheeler, you know.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about one-liners. I don't do that at all. Nah, I heeded the call. You said you wanted some people on and stuff. I thought, hey, I don't do shit except for make new designs and everything and tumblers on Saturdays.
Okay.
I make custom tumblers now.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So
That's good. Good job. And then we
Love when
have
you get the Chuck Norris approval.
yeah, you always got to get Chuck Norris. Then we have the guy who literally owns a video store in his, I think it's apartment or his house or his basement. Not sure where he lives, but he has a video store. And this is Death Row. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm here.
Okay.
And apparently it takes 3 of us to make up for one R2, right?
Yes, it takes 3 to come up with one R2. You are absolutely right. So me and Beard, though, when R2 said he wasn't to be able to make it tonight, we were very. So we got it.
That's how I am most times.
Yeah, Beard, you are still shaking. So maybe we can help you out. So tonight,
it's getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When you came in, you said you quickly came out of the shower. So.
Yes.
Okay.
I had like a Navy shower, like a 60-second. That's what you get.
Okay. Very cool. Well, guys, I'm glad again that you were here. So tonight we're gonna go over some pop culture stuff. There were some D23 announcements that I thought were pretty neat. We should probably discuss. Then we wanted to talk Beard's favorite thing, the Borderlands. He's ready to talk about that. Some of us have not seen that, but I'm always down to hear Beard's rift on movies he either likes or dislikes. And then also we're going to talk about how Deadpool and Wolverine is probably going to hit $1 billion this weekend. So that's what we're going to do first is cover that. But let's see who's in the chat and say hello. So we have, hey, what's up, Patrick? Haven't seen you around in a while. Good to see you. He's asking, Beard, if you're hiding Sabretooth in your beard.
You never know what's going to pop out of there. So I don't even know half the time.
And Jacob Ironside says, hey, Jason Sandberg.
Good evening, sir. Good to see you.
All right. So how many on this panel here, besides myself, I have not seen it, has seen Deadpool and Wolverine?
Me.
And how many times have you seen it? One time.
Just the once.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Okay, so they're the have you seen Deadpool Wolverine, Lambert?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've been hearing great things, and my wife wants to go see it. So we're going to go do a date night, which I'm a lucky guy. If your wife wants to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, you made a good choice in life. I'm a lucky guy. Have yet to see it, but we are definitely going to do a date night.
All right,
Awesome.
cool. All right, so I've heard that it's a good movie. I heard some people like it. I had heard some people did not like it. So it's kind of split down the middle. So hopefully you enjoy it. Are you a fan of the other Deadpool movies, Jupiter?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've enjoyed both of them. Very good.
Okay. Well, this one, a lot of people have seemed to go see it multiple times because it's probably going to make $1 billion after the weekend. And I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I think it's been out for almost 3 weeks now. And I don't know if that's a record or anything, but that's pretty crazy, right?
I think for an R-rated movie, it is.
It is.
Sure, yeah.
I think it broke a record for R-rated, yes.
Yeah.
I do know that. But I think the last time, the last Marvel movie that made $1 billion was probably, I don't think it was Spider-Man, but it might have been Endgame. So that's pretty cool.
Might have been. Yeah. I don't keep up with the box office as much as some of our friends do.
Yeah, Rick would know these answers.
Now, do you guys care if we accidentally say some spoilers on here?
Well, we've already given our spoiler review, but there are people on this panel that haven't seen it, so maybe they don't.
You know, for me, the comic books are the true story. So anything in the movies is fine. And plus, with the week I've had, if you tell me anything, I'll forget it by the time I see the movie. So spoil away, I'm all good.
All right.
Okay. Well, what did you want to
spoil it for me because I can't remember if I had breakfast, let alone what I had.
Wow. Are you surprised that this movie is close to $1 billion after a few weekends? Anybody surprised by that?
Maybe
only a little
bit
surprised.
surprised that it's happened so quickly.
I'm only a little surprised because the Wolverine, I was hearing some I was hearing some people who had some comments about the casting for Wolverine and that they didn't like the suit and stuff. But at the same time, Deadpool is still Deadpool. So,
yeah,
there were some people in the YouTube community that review a lot of things that did not like it. So, I mean, like I said, I think it's kind of split down the middle. I heard it
doesn't seem to be a lot of middle ground. It's either you love it or you just want to just bash on it.
See, my thing is I now just watch the Rotten Tomato score, and if the Rotten Tomato score is low but the audience score is high, oh, that's a good movie. If the Rotten Tomato score is high and the audience score is low, that's shit.
I do want to know the people that didn't like it. What were they expecting from a Deadpool movie?
I think they just got turned off by a lot of from what I read, I think they got turned off by a lot of the cameos and the like member berries and the variations of things. So, as you know, you've probably seen there's a lot of variations of Deadpool in this movie. Wolverine. There's even like old variations of past Fox movies like Fantastic Four with Chris Evans,
Okay.
right? So I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people got turned off by that too. So.
Well, I will say this: the cameos actually is what I like the most about it, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because Ryan Reynolds knows what people want when it comes to certain characters, and I think the ones that he brought back were perfect for this.
Okay.
Well,
I was excited. I was kind of
they
excited
were-
to see. I was excited. Sorry, go ahead, Beard.
I was just gonna say they were used well. It wasn't like a lot of member berry stuff where it's almost literally key jangling like a background thing. They mattered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know like you know, they had a new Gambit and stuff like that because Channing Tatum didn't get a chance to do his Gambit movie. It got canceled. So it's like Ryan Reynolds wanted to do everything for his friends. So
and I honestly loved him as Gambit. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't like the best thing in the world, but it was. You can tell he was putting effort into the character, whereas we haven't seen effort from Marvel in a while here. You know what I mean?
That's cool. I think I haven't seen the movie yet, as I admitted, but I do know about the Channing Tatum Gambit and the Wesley Snipes as Blade, and I think the off-screen, behind-the-scenes saga of those two actors and those two roles, I think that actually adds to it. It actually adds more to the story. Just that behind the scenes, they've been struggling to get back in the suit or get into the suit and things like that. I think that actually makes it a little more special that they were cameos.
Yeah,
so
Ryan
looking forward to
Reynolds
seeing it.
Helped them
To
out.
be fair, and all honesty, we probably should have expected this from Ryan Reynolds, not just because he plays his part well, but if you remember when they first did the original Deadpool, he flat out told him, if I can't do Deadpool my way, I'm not going to do Deadpool. And the direction that Hollywood was going at the time, if they didn't let him go that way, we all know Deadpool would not be what it is right now.
Yep.
Right.
You know, so if he's the one choosing the cameos, we probably should know.
Yeah.
Well, and I would go even further. In my opinion, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, since they're getting up in age and they're not going to be able to do this forever, they should be the showrunners of the Marvel universe when it comes to all the movies and stuff that get put out. Those two guys should be the showrunners.
Replace Kevin Feige with
Yes.
those two guys.
Yes.
Fire everybody else.
Make it so. Make it so.
As you see there down the bottom of the screen, it was the top lifetime grossing so far on the rating. It's number one.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, if those two guys can make a movie that's rated R, ranked number one in lifetime gross, imagine what else they could do with other movies, the other Marvel stuff that's out there.
Yeah, I wonder what they would do because I don't know, but that's pretty cool.
Well,
and it looks like it's
They
number
can't
27.
do worse than what's currently coming out of Hollywood with all the remakes. We have no originality, so we're going to take a classic and we're going to butcher it.
Yeah. So, but here's your these are your top lifetime grosses. So, like Avengers Endgame is way up there, and so it's Spider-Man No Way Home. So,
Yeah, I think I saw up there higher on the page. They're at like 940 million right now for that movie. So yeah, I don't think it's a maybe they're going to hit $1 billion this weekend. I was looking at some of the numbers, and their first 2 weekends were pretty close to identical. I think they were both over 400 million. So even if they carry a fraction of that, they'll hit it.
Oh, no, they got to bring in Calverine at some point.
What do you mean Marvel's going to make Hugh Jackman play Wolverine until he's 90? They probably will.
You'll get it when you watch the movie, JT.
Okay. They tried to do that with Sean Connery with James Bond too, so it didn't quite work out. Well, Beard, I'm ready to move on to your rant of this other movie that is not doing real well on anything. And this is Borderlands. And this movie right now is not really doing well at all on Rotten Tomato.
That's not doing well anywhere.
So you've got a 10% on the tomato meter and then 51% on the audience score. Lambercy, would you go see this movie based on those numbers?
Not when the audience score is only 51%. If it's like 75 or above, I'm tempted.
Okay.
But if even the audience score is just barely above 50%, it's probably going to be shit.
Okay. Well, Beard, like I said, I probably won't see this movie. I know you were a fan of the game, so I know you were really excited when we first talked about this movie.
Let me say specifically, I am a fan of Borderlands 1 and 2. And the original Tales from the Borderlands. Those are all fantastic games. Anybody who played Borderlands 3, or God help them, the new Tales from the Borderlands, saw this coming. Because the writing for those games just tanked.
Well, wasn't this the one where they said that they've never even played the game, they just want to make their own? Because I swear, there's a movie that came out that I was just reading that, and I'm like, well, that's nothing new coming out of Hollywood.
The weird thing about this is you would think that it would have been good because Randy Pitchford, who runs Gearbox, was heavily involved in this. But anybody also knows Randy Pitchford knows that he's been going kind of down the drain creatively for years.
Yeah, this person said, look, the characters and scenery look fantastic. It was the writing that was really bad.
Even with some of the scenery, but I mean,
we do have your out of the theater review, Beard.
Yes, I forgot that I told you to cue that up.
So uncanny.
You're
even being held back.
Very succinct. Yeah. Very succinct.
It was that was Beard's out of the theater review.
Yeah, I actually took about 24 hours to get my thoughts in order to make them more coherent than what we just saw whenever I actually typed out a review.
All right, so I'm gonna let you speak your truth here.
All right. I'm just gonna read what I typed because I don't know if I could. It took me a while to do this. I'm not a writer or a movie reviewer, so it takes me a while to get my thoughts in order. But over at our at Criticalist, where our buddies run that site, it's sitting at 26% audience right now with 11 voters. I put mine at 10%, and that's only specifically for a couple of specific characters. But let's get into this. Let's get the good stuff out of the way first. Krieg and Marcus are pretty spot on from the games, and as I predicted from the first trailer, Krieg is the best part of the movie. And that's all of the good things.
And who is that in the movie? Who is that in the movie?
He's the muscly psycho guy that's on their team.
Okay.
The one that always talks to himself kind of thing?
Yeah, they actually nailed his lines basically just straight from the game. It was perfect. Cate Blanchett's Lilith is one of the worst lead protagonists that I've ever seen. She spends almost the entire movie complaining about everything and everyone, yet she also seems to sound bored at the same time. I think that may have been some real-world regret coming through. Kevin Hart's role in exists to be a little more than a plot device and a target for Lilith's ire. Ariana Greenblatt could have been a great Tiny Tina, but she was given really bad dialogue at almost every turn. They all were. But the story threw out her backstory in favor of something completely new in order to manufacture unnecessary drama. More on that later. Jamie Lee Curtis's Tannis might as well have not been in the movie at all. Her story was also redone to create original backstory and additional drama. Jack Black's Claptrap. There was far too much Claptrap and far too much dialogue for him. Claptrap has always been a divisive character and intentionally annoying, but in the games he was mostly a side character, so that wasn't a big deal. Gina Gershon looked pretty good, pretty okay as Moxie. However, the close-ups didn't really do her any favors, but the worst part of that was her performance was that whatever accent she was trying to pull off just absolutely did not work at all. Edgar Ramirez's Atlas is probably one of the blandest and most forgettable bad guys ever. He isn't intimidating or charismatic. He just falls into the current trope of man bad, man want power. The physical sets are bright, colorful, and clearly trying to mimic the look of the game, but somehow they also seem flat and boring at the same time. The CGI is atrocious in most scenes, with some of the digi-doubles looking like a kid in high school who just discovered Blender last month did them. There is really a bad compositing that rips you right out of whatever tiny shred of immersion the film is holding on to. The story is bland and boring and filled with awkward dialogue, jokes that don't land, and far too much exposition. We have to work together. We have no choice. Why? I don't know, because that's what we're told. Any dramatic or emotional moments were set up poorly with awkward and unnecessary conflict caused by manufactured history that we don't see. Again, we are just told about it. The movie is far too long for the story and is padded out with janky, hard-to-follow, pointless action scenes that do little to move the plot forward. And don't let the word action fool you. They are still boring. The twist isn't a twist, and everyone, even those who never played the games, saw it coming from miles away. It didn't need to be there and take up so much of the story. Oh, and girl bosses, but that's to be expected these days. Overall, this feels and looks like a 45-minute Nickelodeon TV movie that somebody decided to slap a Borderlands sticker on. Don't waste your time.
All right. This is what I think. There you go.
If there are such things as spirit animals, that is my spirit.
Hey, looks like R2 magically appeared. I guess you guys couldn't handle the
somehow
R2.
R2 returned.
I guess you couldn't replace R2, I guess. So he's here. But how are you feeling, bud?
I'm all right. Though okay. I thought this was at 9:30, not 9.
Oh.
So I was like, stupid fuck, homie. How much time is left? I was like, shit, I better get upstairs and upload that video I was supposed to upload.
Okay. No, we got it. Obviously, we showed it multiple times of Beard's out of the theater review of Borderlands. So, I also picture this being Beard of Liberty after he wrote his review.
So
no, Beard would have shot his computer with his pew pew behind him.
Okay. See, this movie will be a future episode of probably. I guarantee that. And
what was that you had, Jason?
Well, give me one second. I gotta research the biggest Google a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'm sorry that this movie didn't do well for you. I know we've all been there, right? Where we're excited about something that we enjoy.
Look, and I wasn't going to see it, but like I've said in a couple of different shows that review things that I ultimately don't enjoy, is if I want people to respect my opinion on it, I actually need to sit down and watch it. I can't just be making it up, going off headlines and hearsay and things, because they'll poke holes in my arguments that
way. Right.
So, Beard, something you said made the tumblers in my brain lock into place here. So, yeah,
did somebody say tumblers?
Yeah, did someone say tumblers?
Okay, well, hear me out. Okay, so Kate Blanchett, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Gina Gershon. This movie was cast in 1999, but they just got around to making it. Is that what you're telling me?
Probably. Yeah. I know it's been in the works forever, but they also intentionally aged up the characters so they could make it hit the manufactured drama from those original backstories that they created, because otherwise the timelines wouldn't work out.
In all honesty, the
It's-
only reason I even know of Jamie Lee Curtis's name and stuff is I was in high school when Glee came out, and I remember the fad.
That Lambercy was going to be like, she was that lady that used to sell yogurt.
She did. She did sell
just
yogurt.
in general, I didn't put it in there because it's pretty obvious, but the casting all around is pretty terrible.
No. Well,
who is
to be
this?
fair, I didn't even realize she was still alive. So,
Well, she did another Halloween just recently too. So, I mean,
she did, yeah, and she did, and I don't know how she did in that one, but she's always been in Halloween movies. So,
yeah.
Who did they make this for? This movie?
It feels like they made a kids, like I said, like a Nickelodeon movie, and then just put a bunch of people saying "oh shit" in there at random times.
Okay.
But it's not violent enough to actually feel like Borderlands. Even the fight scenes, you see people shooting, but you don't see the person they're shooting at. It's more like they're just going for like hero shots every single time, so it's cutting almost as much as that.
So it's like an episode of the A-Team, man.
Yeah, except A-Team is fun.
Yeah, but that's fun.
Better writing.
It also sounds like like hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Okay. You know what they make those things out of, huh, Chet? You know? Lips and assholes.
and yet Costco does so well with their $1.50.
Yeah, apparently it was directed by Eli Roth, but he had to leave early because it was so bad they had to do a bunch of reshoots, but he had to go make Thanksgiving. So they brought in the guy who did the first Deadpool, but he basically just threw his hands up, just like, this is unsalvageable.
Well, Eli Roth has not really done a lot, in my opinion, that's all that great. This is the guy who did Hostel, right? The Hostel movies. I hate those movies.
Yeah, they're pretty hard to watch.
He's also not done comedy, and there's a lot of comedy in the Borderlands writing. At least they're used to back when they had good writers.
So you think this is a money laundering scheme? This movie?
No. I think like Randy Pitchford, who is an executive producer on this, genuinely believed that this was. I mean, he's on X saying that people should give it a shot, like almost begging people to go watch it because he didn't want people to read the reviews.
I kept seeing someone say that, like give us a shot. Every time I hear something like that, it's we fucked up. Please bail us out.
But see, the thing is, like I said at the beginning, anybody who played the new Tales from the Borderlands or Borderlands 3 saw this coming, because Borderlands 3 is fantastic gunplay, good action. The writing is atrocious and unfortunately super, super girl bossy. They basically kill off all the men or make them jokes.
Is Amazon tied to this one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then the money. I guess the money laundering wouldn't come into play unless Amazon was involved.
Or the U.S. government.
And I should have looked up the budget or budget estimation beforehand, because whatever it is, they are not making it.
And
I bet it was a lot more than it looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to do very well, and it's kind of a bummer, right? Because sometimes there's people in the backstage of these movies. They're just doing the movie because they're hired to make the movie, right? I don't think they really have any passion behind it, and they just work for the production companies, and it sucks because the movie is based on the people who write it and the actors who either do good or not, and those people behind the scenes probably don't get paid as much as they probably would have if the movie made money. So it's kind of a bummer. It really is.
It's estimated to gross like maybe $8 million for the first weekend. On its Thursday previews only did $1.3 million.
Yeah, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey made more money than that in 1991.
I was going to say, do you think like
those were real dollars? Those are real dollars.
to Jack Black and what's the other guy from Jumanji? And they're like, it's just like Jumanji, but you get to be a guy with guns this time, and then you get to be a robot.
Kevin Hart? Yeah, Kevin
Hart.
Yeah. All right. So
see, I hear Jumanji, and I completely forget that they remade that. I hear Jumanji, and I think Robin Williams.
Yes.
Most people do. All righty. So, well, there were a few announcements. Oh, look at this one. Vanquish AZ says, on the scale of Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Wow.
How is the Borderlands movie?
Wow. I mean, it sounds like you would put Borderland underneath Annihilation.
At least Annihilation is bad enough that you can laugh at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe there'll be some good stuff on the horizon coming down the pipeline.
Please, I like liking things.
D23 was started Friday night. They made a lot of their first announcements on Friday. There was some really cool stuff that came out, so I'm going to highlight some of those here, and we'll just kind of discuss each one. The first one that I really wanted to kind of touch base on was the announcement of the new Marvel television series continuation of Daredevil. Now, remember when this was on Netflix? It was like one of my favorite Netflix shows.
Oh, I was so happy when this
It was a
came
really
out,
good show.
because Daredevil was actually one of, if not my favorite superhero, mainly just because I found it more realistic than a lot of the other superheroes. Because they do say that if you lose a sense, that the others are heightened.
I
thought Lambercy was going to be like, one time I couldn't see anything and I beat up a bunch of guys.
Yeah, I have a statue of him somewhere up here behind me. You can't see because of the my head's probably over it. But
he's blind.
Because he's all what?
You said you can't see, and I said because he's blind.
No, you can't see. You, the audience, can't see him.
And to answer Patrick's question, it's Charlie Cox, the same guy from the Netflix series.
Same guy, yeah. So what they did was at
his
D3,
nickname's Tiny.
So what they did with on D3, they announced they did like a kind of a trailer inside the trailer. So hopefully I don't get dinged for this. Probably won't because it's someone else's video, but we'll see. Brought these two back.
Are you talking about Ike Perlmutter? Or are you talking about Jeff Loeb?
Stephen DeKnight?
No. But I think it was Ike Perlmutter still ran the television side. And, Feige had to work for him.
Yeah.
I like.
Let's hope. He deserves it after what they did to him in She-Hulk.
Yeah, they did show a scene. I don't remember where it is, but they did show a scene where he had like a bunch of his helmets, like his different.
Yeah, he had like a silver one. Something else.
I don't remember where that was, but that was pretty cool.
It looks like they've got the White Tiger in there as well, and that I think it's getting too crowded. They need to have fewer heroes and better villains. But
yeah, I would agree with that. And speaking of villains, they also announced during the same Marvel stretch of movies that they were going to show. They showed the first appearance or picture of the Red Hulk.
Oh, God.
Which he's going to be in the Captain America, the new Captain.
Why the hell why did they have to make him look like he just stood out in the sun too long, and now he's got like the worst sunburn ever?
So this is Red Hulk.
Like literally, he looks like me when I get
museum.
sunburn. All right, my running joke when I go outside and I get sunburn is, my God.
Look how excited! Look how excited this person is right here.
Do you think they're going to tie it into?
He's going chest hair Hulk. Chest hair Hulk.
He's super excited.
And how he got it was from he tried to hide inside a lead-lined fridge.
Yeah, that guy is super excited about the chest hairs on Hulk. So
yeah,
but they did announce that.
Also, real quick, speaking of villains, not to necessarily go back to Daredevil, but I'm going to because I know we have other people here who know comics better than me. Apparently, Muse is supposed to be the villain for Daredevil, and I don't know much about that character. Is that?
It's not ringing a bell for me. That might be a newer character.
That's a new one. I think it's a new one.
Oh, it's a new character officially. Oh, so it's a totally original character. Never mind then. I should have finished reading the article.
And the Muse ends up being Ben Affleck.
Well, the question is it going to be a totally original or a totally original unoriginal?
That would be funny if it was Ben Affleck.
So the red
apparently is a street artist that use their powers to create provocative and disturbing murals while also committing heinous crimes. Their superpowers are
so basically BLM.
Well, maybe.
Are they doing the Red Hulk?
Their powers are mostly peaceful. Is that what you're trying to say?
What was that, Jason?
Mostly.
Are they doing the Red Hulk because then they don't have to pay Universal, or they can make movies without having to pay Universal? Is that why they're doing the Red Hulk?
Probably
That's so disappointing. All
because
right.
they can't put Green Hulk in any other make a full movie. Patrick says give the Hulk some meds. The
Yeah.
CGI looks as good as Eric Bana's Hulk. Yeah, I remember that.
What is with the CGI these days? They're using more money, and the CGI keeps getting worse.
So I've got a theory.
I was thinking the same thing. Like CGI when I was growing up seemed a hell of a lot better than nowadays.
That's what I'm saying.
I have a theory. Guys, ready for my theory?
Sure.
They are intentionally making the CGI incrementally worse so that they can transition to shit AI, and no one will notice it. That's my theory.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
The thing is the people who are producing our bots anyways. There is no difference.
I've heard rumors that a lot of the people who are good in the industry have stopped taking the contracts because it's so much like never-ending crunch. Like you're going to be at your office and sit in front of your computer for about 48 hours straight at least,
because they don't write the script. They don't write the script ahead of time. There's reshoots. There's tests.
I can see that.
Test audiences. They got to tear it up, start over. They reshoot the movie 3 times.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of that money is going into CGI because I think they're getting budget contracts. And I think it was the guys from the Corridor channel, the Corridor crew, that said there's like the production triangle. You can have something good. There's good, fast, and cheap. And you can only ever have 2 of those, not 3 of them. And so they want it fast and cheap, which means it's not going to be good.
Well,
and the Hulk is a perfect example of this because you have Eric Bana's Hulk, which is the CGI looked like almost like cartoonish. Then you got Edward Norton's Hulk, which looked freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then you kind of had to settle for the Ruffalo Hulk, which didn't look as good as the Norton Hulk, but we kind of went with it, whatever. But we know what we could have if we went back to people actually doing it the right way with Norton's Hulk.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Yeah, and then when they did the Endgame one where he was like half person
Professor
and
Hulk.
half Hulk.
He was
like,
Smart Hulk.
It was like weird. That was
Professor Hulk.
That's the one thing I didn't really like about Endgame that was one thing was him. Couldn't really. I thought that was odd how they did that, but whatever. Okay, so there was how many of you are fans of Avatar on here on this panel? Okay.
Well, which one? Which one?
Have you seen the second one?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay. Well, now
when you say the Avatar, I'm thinking of either the cartoon series /
the
movie series or
Blue People,
the M. Night
Blue People series.
The M. Night Shyamalan.
I'm thinking Avatar, the anime as well.
No, the Blue People.
If you're talking about if you're talking about M. Night Shyamalan's movie, I'm all in. I'm the biggest fan.
I hear this kind of Avatar,
biggest
and I'm
fan.
just like, we already had the Smurfs.
I will tolerate. I'll tolerate no trash talk of the M. Night adaptation of Airbender. Will not. I'm out of here if you guys are going to talk bad about it.
Okay, no. This is
we're talking about the Tailbenders, the blue Tailbenders.
The blue people. So they announced the third title, Avatar: Fire and Ash. My wife really loved the first Avatar.
Okay.
She recently watched the second one, and she was very saddened by it. She was like, "This wasn't as great as the first. The story was really bad," and she was like, "It just kind of went nowhere." So the fact that they're making a third one, I guess they're making a lot more, but this is the third installment that they announced as well. So I guess it's volcano people now. So they went with the people in the jungle, water.
They got red Hulk, so maybe they're going to have red avatars now.
I think they actually are.
Patrick says he loves blue people.
That was predictable.
Okay. Patrick loves the blue people. I keep on wanting to say he loves the blue people, but it's not. But no, I think this is going to be it might be interesting. I don't know. I was just curious how many people are excited about this on the panel, because a lot of people at there's some pictures. So there's like these more winged
That's
animals.
pretty cool. I mean, it's going to be.
I've always seen the Avatar movies as an excuse to push some sort of technology forward as far as filmmaking.
Oh, here's a
And
fire
in
people.
the last one, it was the water simulations that they did. I actually saw an interview with a guy who worked on that and actually did a lot of the water simulations for the new Apes movie. And that's...
Wait, did you say apes?
It is... No, stop it. Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Oh, you're lucky I couldn't click on it fast enough.
But yes, I think that like the second movie was to kind of push forward water simulation tech and to show it off. And I think they're probably going to do something similar here. I just don't know what aspect they're going to push forward with it. It's good to have innovation in Hollywood, I think. I've never been a fan of the movies, but whatever.
We do. I do have behind the scenes.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
Brendan Fraser let himself go there, didn't he?
He did.
Beard just had the family reunion right here.
It's the bananas.
This is the fire people, so they look kind of cool. Look kind of evil looking. Yes, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like the lesbian force witches from Star Wars.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
The power of many.
Dogs. I'm going to quit this panel right now.
Well,
this looks like a.
Let's have some lesbian space babies.
That looks like JT. Can you bring that back up again?
What?
The Avatar fire
people.
Hold on. Yeah. I'll come right back to it. Give me a second.
Don't ask what the spicy scissor is.
You're talking about the red people?
The fire people. The fire people.
Okay,
from the Avatar.
Here you go. There he is.
Okay, so you fellas, you're missing the context. This is the part of the Avatar world that's mostly peaceful.
Yeah. you can see the mostly peaceful fire right there in the middle.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's on the guy's bag head.
They're making mostly peaceful sacrifices. And
I wonder if their governor happens to be named Tim Waltz.
Jeez Louise. Look at this. You're right. Well, there you go. So yeah, Avatar, Fire and Ash or something like that. So people wait.
Fire and Ashy?
Yeah, it's your Fire and Ash or something like that. I can't remember now. But yeah, I do want to show now. There is a new trailer for a new Star Wars show, by the way, that they also announced on D23.
Maybe this will turn the ship.
Yeah, this is Skeleton Crew. So let me share this real quick. And you know what? I'm gonna try to do the sound on this one, so you can bear with me on this one here. But yeah, this is the Skeleton Crew trailer. So let me get this rolled up here. And then we'll
this is one of the ones I actually did watch beforehand.
This looks like almost like Goonies in space, to be honest.
I thought that too.
Can y'all see it?
Not yet.
Okay, hold on. All right. 1 minute. I'm like dealing with all kinds of stuff here. Okay, here we go. Can you see it now?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Tomorrow's test.
This basic looking, not future Star Wars neighborhood.
Future.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a bunch of kids. It's like Stranger Things almost.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure.
This gives me that like Disney film Tomorrowland
Found
vibes.
something buried in the woods.
Like the setting of it.
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
Of course it is, because they just exist everywhere for anybody to find.
Be careful where you step.
But yeah. I mean, it's clearly made for kids. It's clearly not targeted at us.
We're lost. Really lost.
'Tis dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're a Jedi.
So there you go.
Bad guy from Captain Marvel's a Jedi?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna leave this here and stuff. I remember seeing a tweet from, I think her name was Quinn Wild or something, who was one of the porn stars on the Star Wars, the parody Star Wars, who said that Star Wars had better writing than current Star Wars coming from Disney.
Wait, did you say what? Did you say Star Wars? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many X's?
I am so excited about Star Wars.
I did not expect that.
I did. I absolutely expected it.
So
I sent you a link to it in the IMDb, but this reminds me of a movie from 1985 called
Explorers.
with Joaquin Phoenix, not Joaquin, River Phoenix. My bad, I get them mixed up. They're brothers.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he had what was his name? Shoot, Ethan Hawke was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
And basically, they create a spaceship and the alien takes it over and they get transport somewhere without having any control, and that's exactly what this looks like.
It was like back when like all kids either had a treehouse or like some kind of fort that they made in
we should
their
actually
backyard.
We should actually review that on this channel or two.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
That would be fun. Maybe you can join us on that. But yeah, it does remind me of a Goonies, like a Stranger Things type of kids getting into trouble when they really shouldn't be involved.
Well, see, I've always said this about Stranger Things. The reason Stranger Things works so well is because you have the other character, which is 1980s.
Yeah,
you have so many adults watching that because they can see the stuff from the 1980s in there. Whereas this is just going to be strictly kids. You're not going to get maybe the adult watching this as much as you would Stranger Things.
So what era in the timeline does this thing take place? Is this pre New Hope, post New Hope? Anybody know?
I've not had enough interest to look into it.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I don't know if they've mentioned it, but there might be other people in the chat that might know. They can tell us. But I have a feeling it's we saw the X-Wings there, right? So I have a feeling it's like between Jedi and the Return of the Jedi and the sequels. So
okay.
So my first reaction to that was I'm like, this is kind of promising. There's no Skywalker stuff. It's looking at the Star Wars universe from an angle we haven't seen before. It's not like a retread of everything we've seen. And you've mentioned the Goonies stuff. It looks like they encounter a Jedi or whatever. For what I saw, it's promising. The problem is this is what 10 years into Disney Star Wars or whatever, and they have so scratched all the records and they've so damaged the IP that I'm not hopeful that it's going to turn around the ship or fix anything. But kudos to them for taking at least a new angle, a new keyhole to peek through into the Star Wars universe. I give them credit for that.
Yeah, instead of trying to take something that already exists and expand.
Yeah, this doesn't make. Yeah, this is not from the expanded universe. This is not something that they rewrote or try to change.
Yeah,
it's all brand new.
It could be good, but its success is going to be very limited because it is so clearly targeted at children. It's going to get hard to get any of the adults to watch it. I don't even feel like the urge to watch it to have an opinion on it because I just don't really care. And I do agree with you, Jason, that it even if it is good, I don't see it really fixing anything.
Well, see, the last time I saw a group of kids in a movie that went to theaters like this, I think it was Super 8. was the last time I saw something like this in theaters. I can't remember anything after Super 8.
They were a little bit older, but yeah, I get that vibe.
Yeah. But Super 8 was the last movie I've seen where they took a group of kids and, they put them in.
Well, I don't think this is a movie. I think this is
in.
a series on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Which will also be interesting to see how far they're going to take it, because at one point, like the parents of these kids start wondering why this Jedi doesn't bring them home.
Well,
yeah.
It's Jude Law, man.
You make a good point there. That's true.
I still want them to do.
You know what? What? Go ahead.
I still want them to do a wrong turn, a movie in the Star Wars universe where a guy is on like Tatooine and he's like a humidification farmer spare part salesman, and he's trying to sell his stuff to the moisture farmers, and he takes the wrong turn and he goes into like a canyon and he's being chased by sand people. And it's like a really like scary movie set in the Star Wars universe. And like at the end, a Jedi shows up. I think that might be a fresh start.
Like a genuine Blue Harvest film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a So there's another movie talking about he basically took away people and made them CGI. And that is Snow White.
Oh yeah.
Are excited about this one.
This is wild.
So
it's that meme of Bart Simpson with the cake that says "You tried" as he's throwing it like away.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like seeing
this whole movie is just a cautionary tale.
Yeah,
it is.
Here's Snow White. A lot of it's CG.
Yeah, so it's like she's about like half of the live action in this live action.
Yeah, it's not really live action, right? It's mostly animated.
I think it was going to be more live action until the backlash on the magical creatures replacing the dwarves.
You have to blame Peter Dinklage for this shit.
Yeah.
Well, the lead actress also didn't help the case by calling people weird and everything.
Weird.
Well, they're also doing a Snow White on the Daily Wire around the same time.
Yeah, and they're mad about that. And they wouldn't do it if they didn't do that.
I'll clip out. Have somebody clip out the Gal Gadot scenes, and I'll just watch those.
So that's Snow White there.
So I'm kind of troubled that we lost the Renaissance Festival Antifa, because when they cut the real life dwarves, they fired the real life dwarves or didn't hire them. They had regular sized people. They were they look like Renaissance Festival Antifa, and that was the leaked photos. And now they CGI this. This is just getting weirder by the minute.
Yeah, they got but everybody out there,
everything they do is magic.
So, but
this just hurt. They're going for like really cartoon, like the old movie accurate look for her, and it's not working. It's like, she's not an unattractive woman, but that hair is just not doing it in her favor.
The dress makes your eyes seem like they're farther apart.
But
I know things about hair not doing you any favors. Let me tell you.
Think about the conversations that are happening in the boardroom at Disney. They're looking at the cut of the film and like, we got to get less of this chick in this movie. This movie's riddled with this chick. Nobody likes her, and they're like, "Sir, it's called Snow White," and they're like, "Do we reshoot the whole thing with a new actress? What are they going to do?" This everywhere you look in this movie, it's one cautionary tale after another. It's crazy.
Well, my favorite is the fact that we all know that the Wicked Witch is supposedly jealous of Snow White's looks, but then you go look at how the Wicked Witch looks, and you look at Snow White, and you're like, "Yeah, I would be jealous."
I'm on side with the Wicked Witch on this one.
mean, why wouldn't you be jealous of Snow White?
Look, I'm telling you, sometimes the hair just doesn't do you favors.
Beard,
I'll break the effing mirror. Don't go after her.
Does the drapes match the carpeting there?
No comment.
It's CGI.
I mean, the original Snow White tale is much darker, and I actually think is much more interesting than the one that Disney did. But they had to do that one because that's the one they got the copyright on and can keep milking.
You know, like 10, 15 years ago, they already made the same mistake with the what's her name, Kristen Stewart and Charlize Theron, Snow White, where they got like a really ugly Snow White, and they had a much better looking.
Well, I actually didn't mind that movie. I thought that movie was good. And
you had Angelina Jolie as the in one of them as what is she in one of the movies recently?
That's Maleficent.
Yes. She's supposed to be the bad guy, and she looks better than half the people in the movie. And I'm like, wait a minute, she's supposed to be the bad?
Hey, beautiful women are bad. Apparently, that's
it's like all right.
My heart goes out to the 7 underemployed short people out there sitting there waiting for the next casting call. Who could have been in this movie? Could have gotten a big.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, English, yes.
I mean, me and Beard are pretty short. We could have gotten in a role, and our friend Tom could have gotten.
Berries and cream. Oh, hurrah! Berries and cream, berries and cream. Oh, berries and cream.
I got someone on my Whatnot streams who literally tips me like $2 to play that clip.
Well,
there's another clip that they tip me to pay as well. That they tip me $5 because they can't find that video and stuff, and I just randomly ran across it and stuff. So I became like a jukebox for them.
Well, what's crazy? They went from trying to make a perfectly good live action Snow White and screwed that up. So they went from that to making another version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit at this point.
Pretty much.
It's not really. They also had I didn't get the trailer, but they also announced the live action of the Mufasa story, Lion King. So it's like a prequel.
So basically, it's a bunch of people who like doing furry shit.
So it's Mufasa. He's a young cub, but the white lions are the evil lions. That's was the.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, anyways,
apparently Mufasa also steals. Apparently, Mufasa also steals the right to be king from Scar because Scar was actually part of the Pride, and Mufasa just like shoulders his way in there and took over. So it's kind of making him out to be a dick.
Yeah, it's a weird spin, but hey,
dang.
Well,
they can't leave shit alone, can they?
Well,
no. This is what I mean about they have no originality and they have to take classics and ruin them.
Okay. Yeah. So another announcement too at Disney was Tron, Ares, a third one.
Again, can't leave shit alone.
I didn't see any. I didn't see any people recording a trailer or anything, but they did announce that the music of Tron Ares is going to be done by 9 Inch Nails. Who all remembers 9 Inch Nails?
I do. I remember that band.
Yeah,
yeah.
Wasn't the last one done by Daft Punk?
Yeah, but who in the crowd at D23 because they're all pretty young?
Oh yeah.
Who knows 9 Inch Nails?
Maybe this is their revival.
So this Tron Part 3 is the adversary Cloud Strike? Is that what's going to happen?
I have no idea, but I guess Tron Ares is supposed to be darker. So I guess they went with 9 Inch Nails. Also, Timon and Pumbaa are also in the Mufasa story. They're like really young, apparently.
Well, it's like Simba telling the story of how his dad came to like be king. Right. So anyway, I'm not upset about this yet. I'm worried about Tron Ares. I actually liked the second one, and I think going 9 Inch Nails over Daft Punk is probably because a lot of this story apparently is going to be jumping from the digital world into the real world, like we saw at the end of the second one.
Yeah, and 9 Inch Nails is a rock band, so I have a feeling that they're going to go a little harder or darker on it. So, but well,
it could work. I'm hopeful.
That's what she said.
Michael.
I did say harder and darker.
That's what she said.
Michael.
Somebody take the power away from this man.
That's what she said.
No, I'm very that D3 did not announce something. What? Oh yeah, he's back again. There you go.
Sorry, continue.
It's the eyes that make that photo. It's the
There
eyes.
was another D3 announcement that no one's really talking about, and it's the comeback tour of Corey Feldman.
Oh God. They still doing the song from the Lost Boys?
No, he's gonna come back.
Oh no. Oh no.
Get you down on the floor, they're gonna keep it. Just kick you some more and treat you like
Oh no.
When you reach for the door, they're gonna close it. You're a beautiful soul, but no one knows it. We all have sadness, all inside we are. Where we must again was, show them who we're from. Come back, king. I ain't missing, this ain't nothing. If you're going, just going this way. That'll make you stay. I'm the come back, king. You know what I mean.
I just
Jesus Christ, man! Why did you just watch that entire thing?
Well, I wanted you to show you.
I did see a video of him shredding a guitar this week. So
he's all over the place. He's on tour.
This is the second time I've seen him this week.
He's on tour.
All right, let me
Tour.
let me run a theory by you, fellas. Let me run a theory by you. The deep state, the deep state.
You said deep state?
The deep state has a program whereby the
That's what she said.
the CIA has a program by which they identify people who should never go anywhere near a nuclear reactor or anywhere near a serious job where there's consequences. They find these people, they target them, then they steer them towards the entertainment industry. That way they're away from anything where they could cause damage.
Well,
yeah, but this is how they created Swifties. That's enough damage as is.
Oh man,
I'm happy for him. At least he's doing something he likes, and he's
fucking
he
trying.
says
I
he's
guess he's got to pay for. I guess he's got to pay for his kids' private school. So somehow.
Well, he says he's sober, and he's he's out there shredding his guitar in multiple cities.
Wait! You said he's sober? Let's
Yeah.
not forget Kurt Cobain once said that he swears he doesn't have a gun either.
Okay, well, he said he was. I'm going to leave it up to him, but he said he's living his best life, going out there and
he's living his best life as Michael Jackson still.
Yeah. And
I did think
yes,
that.
it is quite the rabbit hole on Instagram if you start watching some of those. There's one where he was literally playing a full song and his guitar wasn't working.
I think they saw that. Now, wasn't he on like a reality TV show like 15 years ago with like MC
His wife.
Hammer?
Yes.
Well, he was supposed to do one with the other Corey at one time too.
And then he passed away. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing about growing up is finding out that all of the fucking 90s rappers were scared to death of MC Hammer.
Yeah. So yeah, that's true. So yes, he did I think a reality show with him and his wife. It was Corey and his wife, and then the other Corey. They were going to do one. They were going to do it together, and the first season failed because those two, Corey and Corey, they fought the whole time, and they decided they didn't want to do it anymore. His wife divorced Feldman.
Oh boy!
And she got all back into rehab. They met in rehab.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other Corey, he passed away a few years later. So that whole it's a crazy story. But this Corey now, he's out there singing away. And
and what we come to find out now is Corey Haim was the same one of the two, even though he's not around anymore. Because we see what Corey Feldman has turned into.
Yeah, I think Haim was just also addicted to a lot of stuff too. But yeah. But yeah, there you go. I'm surprised D23 didn't mention Corey's tour. So, but whatever.
Really missed opportunity.
Well, they did. They did. All right. So y'all know y'all seen the Lost Boys, right?
Oh yeah.
Have y'all did you ever watch the sequel to it?
I did. I've watched all of them. I've seen all of
Okay.
the sequels.
Yeah.
I saw the one where Corey came back as a ghost.
Yeah. Well, and then you had the Frog Brother. The one Frog Brother came back as a vampire, and he was driving around in the car with it all tinted out, so you can still drive around. How did that even get made? I still don't
Corey
understand
Haim.
how.
Corey Haim got it made. He was. I don't know. He's really.
They had to pull some strings for that crap. I mean, to be
A
honest.
lot of people liked him. So, but yeah, before he died, he made that movie, and I think he came back as a ghost, which was weird. But he did die, in the fictional world too. So, but yeah. Anyways, Beard, I'm sorry that you did not like Borderlands. I really hope that I was really pulling for that movie was going to be good for you, but
I knew it wasn't
really
going to be.
So, but
I was not surprised.
Yeah. Well, we've all been there where we have a movie that we like and it just didn't turn out. So, but anyways, are you excited about any of those things that we showed tonight? Any of those D23? Are you hopeful? I'm hopeful for the Daredevil one.
Yeah, me too.
I'll say Daredevil and Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
Hopefully, Skeleton Crew doesn't end up being like a huge bomb. Because it's always when you involve kids in that manner, it's always hit or miss.
It is, and there's some people don't like shows with kids in them. So
one of those kids in the Skeleton Crew could be the next generation's Corey Feldman.
Exactly.
I guess
singing and weirdly like he has no soul, and then up there playing a guitar with no strings. I mean, it's just.
It was strange. It just wasn't
so weird.
All right, I got one more. We got a PSA to show. We always show a PSA on Weekend Harder, and this is in case you ever need to get out of a fight. So let me see if you can hear the sound here.
A lot of people are smokers. Real quick, he's sticking the finger in the face, cigarette in the eye. Boom. Automatic response. He snapped his head back. His entire body is open. Any strike you want. Okay? Same thing with the change. He's sticking the finger in your face, right in the eyes. Another, where you might call it diversion. I normally wear glasses. Okay? He's going to be the bully.
Why don't you just take your little ass down the road, buddy? Why don't you just take
If you're going to fight, I want to take my glasses off.
Oh, take your little glasses off.
Okay.
Like he was trying to give him like he was trying to give him an aggressive hug there.
This is overcomplicated. We already know the answer. Pocket sand. It's far more effective than change.
He did pocket sand.
How much sand do you have in your pocket?
There you go. Look at it. You wax them right.
Wow.
About the only thing I'm going to pull out of my pocket is like a little piece of lint. That shit ain't going to do anything.
I don't know if you guys remember Scream from The Office, but there's this one scene where, and this is what it reminds me of. They were talking about self-defense and scare them and then run away or something like that. So he just screams out of nowhere, fucking hits someone and then runs. And I'm like, that's all I'm thinking of.
Well, he did do a similar thing of pocket sand. He did pocket change.
That almost makes me think of Rex Kwon Do from Napoleon Dynamite. Like, you think you want to take a roundhouse to the face with these bad boys on?
Yeah. Well,
we always so.
So first step is to wear some American flag pants, right?
Yep. Now,
next step should be just let out a loud fart before it starts and see where it goes.
Now, you always get those cool PSAs here after the weekend.
I got it. All right, I found it. It's only a 10-second clip. I'm going to send it into the private chat. This is what this reminds me of.
All right, what? I'm going to check this out. Oh yeah.
This might be something JT ends up adding to the show as a regular clip.
I think I remember this. Hold on, let me. But yeah, I got a kick out of that guy with his takedown effects. Especially he was like, "Hey, let me take off my glasses first." No dude's gonna be like, yeah, sure, right. Let's do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you don't throw your glasses.
See, that's why he just started swinging wildly, is he couldn't see anymore.
What the heck?
Yeah. All right. So this is what I think. This is what Lambert see here. So we go. So we'll just turn down a little bit, and we'll go.
It's not up.
He's probably playing it, but doesn't realize none of us can see it.
Yeah. Here.
That's just like, oh.
I said
like me and Beard can see it in the background. We're like, he's gonna put it in at any moment.
Okay, here it is.
So strike, scream, and run. All right, let's try it.
So Jacree just runs out screaming.
Just smacks her in the back of the head, screams, and runs.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, pocket.
That's all I was thinking of when I saw that one.
A good scream is it can throw people off.
Yeah, it could.
I still say go with the fart. I mean, because that gets you on a different level because you might laugh and might forget what you were fighting about.
Rowe's like pocket fart.
Wow. Oh, you know what?
He's like, I perfected a new form. It's called the Hadouken.
A projectile fart.
All right. Yeah.
Viral last month. Oh, you got to give him the hawk too.
You can make, you would make $1 million doing that. So, well, Beard has a fighting select too.
Hey, Phil? Phil? Hey, Phil Connors. Ned?
It works.
Works no pocket sand with that one.
Didn't feel great in the cold weather.
That was a pocket fist.
Yes, pocket fist. That was a pocket fist. All right, there you go. We talked about some D23 stuff. We talked about Borderlands. We talked about Wolverine, Deadpool reaching probably $1 billion over this weekend. Oh, and R2, you weren't here. You really enjoyed that movie, right? Deadpool and Wolverine.
I did. I had a lot of fun watching it. I mean, I know there's some divisiveness out there with some people, but I mean, it was a fun, entertaining film. And, for me, it was a blast.
We're ending this on a real classy note here.
He said, you want to fight? Okay, we're going to fight somebody who just took a dump in his pants.
I mean, there are risks involved if you decide to fight me, man.
Yeah, there are risks. Rick, are you...
Be fearful of anybody who runs and jumps at you and turns his ass towards you and lands on you.
Biohazard.
Drop the hammer, Kevin.
Are you surprised it's going to probably make $1 billion, R2?
No, I'm not surprised by that.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, the night I saw it, with how many people were at that theater, how many showings they had of it, it was pretty clear it was going to make a lot of money. And, I mean, this is one where, for as much as the MCU has failed, I mean, I'm glad that they've got a success here, and hopefully they learn from it in a positive way and don't
make Ryan Reynolds their showrunner, right?
Yeah. Don't Star Wars this thing further.
True.
So did you get the Wolverine?
Want to hear something really cool though? Is out in my area, our local movie theater is celebrating 40 years of being in service. So they're playing like the top hits of 1984 and the years around it and stuff. So movies like The Terminator are all showing on screen, which I think is really cool.
Yeah,
it actually is making me want to go back to the theater for the first time in like 20 years.
Yeah, you should. You should go see that movie in the theater.
The last time I was at the theater, I saw Star Wars Episode 1, and after waiting, for 2 hours for a damn pod race to finish and stuff. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm not coming back.
That's a long time for not seeing a movie in a movie theater.
Yeah, real.
Yeah,
I
that's
was gonna be
a long
like,
time.
wow, 4-year-old Lambercy was really vulgar.
R2, did you get a bucket? Did you get your?
The theater that I was at did not have those buckets. All I got was a collector's cup, but the cup's got him in the cow.
You got a little keychain looking thing.
Oh yeah, me and the kid went to Dave and Buster's, and they were full on promoting the film. They had like this really easy skill claw where you could get the little pendant in a bracelet form. You could get pins, and then they had another keychain.
That's cool.
So yeah, we got like 12 of all those.
Well, I'm glad it turned out really well for Ryan Reynolds. I know he really wanted Deadpool to be like his thing and do well with it. So I think all three movies together work pretty good. So we reviewed all three of those on here on After the Weekend, and my favorite's still the first one, but I haven't seen the third one, so who knows? Maybe I'll get to see it here sooner or later. Jason, I hope you have a good time at the movie theater with it, because I know you're going on a date night. So.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. You can also watch on a date night.
Let the romance begin.
Romancing the bone?
I did something wrong, didn't I?
Well, I did order Star Wars while we were.
Okay.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know if that works, fellas.
No, we all saw the reflection of your glasses. You were ordering it.
Okay.
It's been
Like,
updated
I wanted
to
a
4K
more
resolution.
authentic Star Wars
I
experience.
was like,
than what I
wow,
planned on getting.
you went for the ultra.
The ultra package.
Who's your big stud? That's me, honey. Take me to bed or lose me forever. Show me the way home, honey.
I think I have good feelings for you, Jason. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. It's been a fun evening, talk about all this craziness, and hope you also enjoyed watching us talk about people fighting and crapping their pants. Beard, okay, you're everywhere now. You're playing games. You're on streams. What are you doing in the next few days?
Like just for the next couple days, tomorrow afternoon, talking some more Fallout universe lore with Stark of Iron and Snail Messiah, and maybe a couple other guys. The cast has been growing. And then Monday on After the Weekend, we're going to be taking a look at The Abyss, and guests are going to be Jacob Ironside and actually Tony from Stark of Iron. He's going to be hopping on over for that. So that's going to be
cool.
Hopefully a lot of fun. Jacob did tell me earlier he has thoughts on the movie, and he said I'm going to save them. So I don't know if they're good thoughts or bad thoughts. We'll see.
I was just going to ask, was that the film or was that the Abyss? What the Star Wars franchise has become under Disney.
Oh, no, definitely the film.
The film.
The other Abyss we can't get away from.
The 1990 film, yeah, or 91, I think it came out, or 92, one of the 90s. So
it's one of my favorite Chris Elliott cameos.
Oh yeah, really? Okay, Defro, what are you got going on your channel with your?
Just more of the same obscure stuff that I've been watching. Got the last episode of Neverwhere coming out this coming Saturday. And it's gonna be episode 6 called As Above, So Below. And I was telling Beard about this while he was playing Fallout the other day, because he just happens to be playing in an area in Fallout where it's the names match up to the names that are in the show.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. I mean, you have to give the show a watch. If you want to watch it, it's on the Pluto TV app. You can watch it for free on there. You just have to watch a commercial. It's a 6-part miniseries. It's not very long.
Okay.
But it's one of the ones I came across it in the early 2000s, and it was made in 1996. And ever since then, I've been in love with that show for a long time. It's very good storytelling. Let's put it that way.
And what is it called again?
Neverwhere.
Neverwhere. Okay. All right. Yeah. Very cool. Lambercy, besides selling tumblers, what else are you doing?
Well, we're gearing up for our third lo-fi album's release, Whispers of Sakura, which releases September 1st. Our Spotify has actually been doing pretty well and stuff, considering how little advertising I do. We're up to almost 20 followers now and stuff with like 15 monthly listeners. So that's growing steadily, and gearing up with products for the Christmas season, because this is a low part of the year. Anyone who has ever worked retail knows that this is the low part of the year. So this is a perfect opportunity for me to gear up and get ready for the Christmas season.
And what are you selling for Christmas? Are you selling your statues and your
I'm going to be
Tumblers.
selling tumblers, photo prints, desk mats, so on and so forth. And if I have enough profit afterwards, I'm going to go out and go get a large 3D printer where I will be selling build your own anime figures.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Hats off on that. And then Jupiter is close on its way to 10K. How far are you off of 10K?
I think we're over 9,400. Just give me a second to peek. Yeah, we're almost to $9,400, and making the rounds. And I think I've sold about 20 copies in the past 2 weeks. So got a good little trend going here. As always, it's in demand on Indiegogo and Found My Comic. And I'm fast at work on issue 2. Should be launching sometime in 2025. But I want to hit the 5-figure mark.
Is it part of the Project 25?
No, that wasn't me. No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
I will say earlier this week, I did get his stuff on all of my stores too.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what are you selling?
The only comic I sell, and it's his comic.
He backed at the retailer tier, so he got 8 copies to sell.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. Very cool.
Thank you.
Look at that. Bringing everybody together. That's awesome. R2, how are you feeling? Are you doing pretty good? Are we gonna what's going on? So
you know, I mean, I'll try to show up when I can. You know, there's still some things that I'm working through with my doctors to try and kind of figure out. And I mean, I mean, for people who don't know, long story short, it looks like I have a tumor on my pancreas. It's non-cancerous, but it's really affecting a lot of my body, and I have to do some more testing, and kind of hoping the next steps after the last round of the testing here will be treatment, which I believe will be surgery. Once I can have surgery, after a couple of months, it should kind of correct a lot of things and be getting back to normal. So
yeah, and we're always excited to have when you feel better, good enough to come on, because we do miss you when me and Beard are reviewing our movies. So.
Well, I mean, I miss being here too regularly, and but I mean, you guys do a phenomenal job, and I'm fortunate to have such good friends that you know, just love doing this as much as I do. So I appreciate you guys.
You're gonna make me cry.
I love you. You love me.
I will say one thing though: if you need to reach out, my inbox is always open. I get it. Trust me. I've had a lot of people in my life having to deal with health issues, myself included, recently. So I get it. Just don't beat yourself up for it, and know that you have people you can reach out to.
Yeah, and you're always, you're here to help you out wherever you can, and yeah, we're just here for you. So
appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Beard,
thank me. You only encourage me.
Yeah. Beard can go and cut your lawn for you if he drives out there.
My wife would love that, because because I have no energy. I am grateful for
me.
All I gotta say is I am truly grateful for my wife, because she's doing everything around the house. She won't let me mow the lawn, because I nearly die if I try and do it, and she's been doing it, and I feel terrible for that. I can't wait to be better. So
yeah. Well, I've met her in real life, and she's a great person. So I'm not surprised by that at all. So again, I hope you feel better really quick, and we're all hopeful for that.
Thank you.
All right. So this was again a fun evening on Weekend Harder, and hope to see you Monday's stream with the Abyss with Beard over here. That way, I think that will be a good stream. And if you haven't already, hit the like. And what does it say? I love you. You love me. Let's roast the new kid on fire.
Okay.
What?
All right, we're gonna end it on that.
That's dark.
Stone
And
Age.
with that note, we're going to end it on that, and we'll say have a great Sunday night, and we'll have a great week, and we'll see you later.
Truck to refrigerators to dumpster, 360 spin onto the palace, backflip gainer into the trash.
This is it. Man, big stuff. Just relax and have fun. Just gonna have fun with it.
Talking away. I don't know what to say. I'll say it anyway.
I'm lucky.
Today's another day to find